Welcome to the Boston's Big Four podcast. Cast. New news about music and sports every week, sometimes.
We're back in the basement. I'm back in the basement.
Episode 76. Game over, man.
76. He knows the number. That's amazing.
This is a true friend. Oh,
Yeah.
I actually messed
That's how you know he's locked in. That's how you know he's tuned in. He knows the number of the episode before we even say it. Hero, the MC, is here
That's me.
for the second time.
Sometimes
Last time he was here, he was just Hero. He wasn't Hero, the MC.
You're right. I've added 3 syllables.
So was that for any reason other than search engines and stuff like that?
I feel like I didn't want. Well, I had to change my name. Period. And
Yeah.
That was because if you type in Hero, you couldn't find it. Not
Right.
just Spotify, but you type in Hero on Google and you will never.
Yeah, you're gonna get a bunch of superheroes or
Period.
something.
Period.
Right.
And I didn't want rapper because I felt like that was too limiting, and I also didn't want to bite on Chance. I feel like
Right.
he has like coined the word the rapper. Anybody who picks the rapper is going up against him.
Dude, he might even have a patent on, or like a trademark on that, I wonder. Like Blank the rapper.
Blank the rap, maybe. Here are the MC. It's just I just kind of looked to rock him and just saw the things he was doing on stage, and it just that's when I figured it out.
Rock him?
Rock him. The 18th letter.
Yes. Great
But,
stuff.
but like, for me to play a show and tell everybody my name's Hero, and if they're like somewhat interested in me and they just can't find me, I lost them.
Right.
You know, even if you type in Hero I'm the first one.
There you go.
Did you ever consider doing like gyro, like the Greek food?
Hero.
And then just
I think I have a whole ass.
I believe it's gyro.
I don't.
it's
Gyro,
not.
Gyro the MC.
Yeah.
I used
That's
to
what
get-
everyone would be saying, so don't forget it. That one's scrapped.
I used to get jokes. I used to get jokes like that. I used to work at this shipping and receiving company, and there was a cafeteria, and the guy would always whenever they were serving gyros, he would call me Gyro. He would call me Gyro. 'Cause he
Oh,
knows my
like
name fucking-
that
yeah,
exact same reference, like to hero.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Oh, dude, I'm a cheesy warehouse dude. Or
You're nothing but a cheesy warehouse, dude.
I didn't mean to.
I have a whole list of names I was gonna pick, but the only one that wasn't Hero was like it was Hero, but it had an H at the end. I don't know.
Okay. Is there?
Okay.
That's not like palindrome. So what
It
is it?
was HEROH. I don't know.
What if you did HEARO? Like hero. Like you're hearing something, you know?
This is quality content.
Isn't it?
That's just been like spitballing names that you've already passed on.
Okay,
The name is Hero the
I have
MC.
to contact my lawyer right now and change my name.
I mean, yeah, no, Hero the MC is definitely good.
No, it's great.
I like it.
It's,
I like it a lot.
It's gonna be my name forever. That's how.
Hell yeah.
set in stone it is.
Or
Yeah, and I love the like you redid. I guess you had the Hero logo, but you added the MC, so you didn't really have to change your logo too much, which is kind of nice.
Well, I had the Hero logo that Nick Lovin whipped up for me, and then I had New England Noise make me a new logo that said Hero the MC, and it's completely different, and it's got a record in the O, and it's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
I don't
that
know
is
if you
sick.
guys are familiar with New England Noise. He's based up in Danvers.
yep,
Okay.
I've heard of him before. I think I follow him on Instagram.
He's done a lot of stuff for ST the Squad, like Terminology, Easy Money.
Yeah.
But he's a great guy. He's got that like bold, slick, slightly cartoony style, and he just whenever he sends me something, like the first draft is the perfect draft. That's how in sync he is with me.
Word.
But he's a good guy. He's a good
Hell
guy.
yeah.
So let's get back into that social media conversation.
Yes, sir.
Where were we at? Well, let's
Um,
just run it back.
run it back.
We're talking
Run
about
it back
social
from the
media,
top.
folks. We're talking about how it's different these days because
So-
we've got to
Different
know.
Hero's got the secrets, and we need them. He's got the secret sauce.
I don't really like social media, but I feel like as an artist, if you want to be somewhat successful, you need to utilize it properly. It's just the days of handing out CDs in the street just aren't cutting it, and you need everything on every platform. Like I can't put a song out on Apple and have it not be on YouTube.
Mhm.
It's like I even fucking made an audio Mac. I don't even know what that fucking is. So
Sound off in the comments if you listen to music on Audio Mac.
Audio Mac is like SoundCloud, but it's mostly popular overseas.
Okay.
So but it's got some diehard fans over here.
All right.
I want to quickly ask you while we're talking about the listening. Actually, this might be a next question. How had you with the name change? Were you able to figure out the transfer of content as well? Because I think I remember seeing you post that there was some difficulty.
Oh, it was fucking nonsense. Don't get me heated, Owen. Don't fucking.
Oh, I'm
Uh-oh.
sorry. You know what? Next podcast.
No,
Next podcast.
No, okay. Here's the deal. You can't change the artist's name once a song is up, right? But you can't put the same song up under a different artist, right? So what I had to do is I had to fucking perform fucking musical surgery on every song to make it sound a little bit different, to fucking trick DistroKid into fucking accepting my music.
Oh, so it's automated? They don't even go to like they just analyze the song and tell you like if it's the same song?
No, when you put a song up, I think it quickly checks it for samples. And even if a song isn't up anymore, you can't put it back up unless you put it up with the same metadata, aka the same artist name. So what I had to do is I have.
Do you think they did this to Prince?
Okay. I have.
That sounds so annoying. Wait, why couldn't you take down the songs from
That doesn't make sense. You are the owner of both.
I own this song.
Yeah.
Why couldn't you take down the hero songs?
Let's bring it. I could take down the hero songs. The problem is that even after I took them down, I can't put them back up unless they have the same artist name.
But they've been taken down.
Uh-huh.
They're not
You
there anymore.
rebranded.
Dude,
It's
I
not like
literally-
it's not like there's two different songs that are the same songs. Like the first one's been taken down, so there's still only one
No.
original. Like I don't know.
And it's not like I changed my name from fucking hero to villain. It's like it's the same fucking name. I just added 2 fucking words.
Right.
Man.
So
This is like
here-
that thing with SpongeBob where Patrick was talking to Man Ray in his wallet.
So initially, I was using this service called Ditto, but Ditto's fucking whack. So I put so I had my first album. I had my first official album called Mission Hill. I put that up through Ditto, and then I was having trouble with the artwork to get Maximum Carnage up, which is the project with 16-bit spit, and I ended up putting that up through DistroKid, right? And when it came time to change my name, I wanted to put everything on DistroKid, so I took Mission Hill down from Ditto and submitted it through DistroKid, and that was okay. I don't fucking know why, but when I tried to put Maximum Carnage up through DistroKid, which was already put up through DistroKid, it was giving me fucking problems, and it wouldn't fucking go up. So I ended up having to do that project with fucking TuneCore, which I hate because it's $30 fucking dollars a year to have a fucking album up. And then DistroKid tricked
Forever
me
or just once?
one time a year to keep it up. It's whack.
Damn.
But DistroKid tricked me into a fucking multi-artist plan because technically Hero and Hero the MC are 2 artists, and Hero the MC, Hero in 16-bit spit, and Hero the MC in 16-bit spit are 4 artists. So I had to pay for the 100-year plan, right? And by the time they took the Hero and Hero the MC artists down, as in they don't exist anymore, the only way to downgrade your plan on DistroKid is to delete your fucking account. I'm heated.
Jesus.
Wait,
DistroKid.
is everything good now?
Everything's good now. It was just like it was
Okay.
it was technical hell for like a month.
Yeah, that sounds
dude,
awful.
You were like on a service call in another country for like that long.
No.
That's
No, and
crazy.
look, DistroKid is a very cheap and easy service to use. The problem is that once you need help with something, you are
Yeah.
fucked.
Yeah.
You will be searching through FAQs forever. And then if you eventually find the help desk email, which you will never find unless you Google it, you will be waiting 3 weeks for a response. And the response
Did you ever
will
speak
be,
with anyone?
and the response will be, I'm sorry, bro, I don't know. It's just, sorry,
They just don't know. Yeah.
like,
They're like, I literally just got hired, so
Wow.
I don't know.
man, we charge you $10 a year. How much do you think I'm getting paid?
Yeah, right.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
man.
I guess they're all just trying to like sneak a buck because they probably wanted you to. Because when you took it down, you probably had to pay again to put it all back up, right? Like they didn't just
Well,
credit you.
DistroKid is a yearly subscription service. So with DistroKid, you'd pay $20 a year for 2 artists to upload an unlimited amount of music as long as you had that subscription. You know, but the thing I told you is that Hero and Hero the MC are 2 artists, right? And Hero and 16-Bit Spit and Hero the MC and 16-Bit Spit is also 2 artists.
So they're each $30.
No, it's the plan's different. It's like if you want like a 4 artist plan, it's like $100. So I'm stuck in this $100 plan that I
Wow.
don't even and the only way to downgrade a plan, which they don't tell you until you try to fucking downgrade, is you got to delete your account.
Damn.
Damn.
If you start a Patreon, I'll hit you with $1 a month.
If I wasn't locked into this DistroKid, I'd switch to United Masters so fucking quick.
Damn. Wait. Okay. So is that what you'd suggest to people then if they were trying to like put their music out there and haven't picked a place yet? Like, so is just
United
I always hear of
Masters.
DistroKid. So is
United
that not?
Masters.
I've heard United Masters is better.
United Masters is a completely free service. They just take a 20% cut of your streams, but you can pay $10 or $20 a year for you to make all the profits.
Interesting.
Now, if you're somebody who doesn't
good
even
gamble.
make $10 a year on streams, I don't know. I don't know if I can recommend that to you. I got 28,000 streams in the last 2 months, and I got $68. So
Oh shit. Okay.
that's not a lot of money for the amount of streams.
It's not.
We are getting fucking robbed.
Yeah,
I'll tell
that
you
doesn't.
what, it's more than we made on the podcast.
That,
That is
that is true.
fact.
That is true. Yeah, no, that's $68 is,
Yeah, it just seems like the kind of thing like they set it up basically to
It's
take
like-
things in, but not to like help you or give anything back.
but to
It's
get
like they're looking
28,000
messed up.
streams is like a lot of work and like a lot of, I don't know. It's worth more than $68. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
And Spotify's got this new service coming where you can sacrifice a percentage of your streaming revenue to have them push your music further through the algorithm, which is fucking crazy. That's even a fucking thought in
Yeah,
that
because you're
fucking-
like,
in
wait,
those
you
Swedish
can
fucking
control where
assholes'
my
brains.
music is. That is ridiculous. Like you'd think that anything. I mean, I know you can't think that anymore because of the way the world works, but just
Yeah.
you'd think that if your stuff was out there, and I think this sometimes about when we're posting to YouTube or wherever, like Anchor for the podcast episodes, like, is it that will there really be like Joe Rogan and all his buddies at the top of the list every day? Like, is that always the most, like, is that always the case? And usually top, like Billboard, you see a lot of the same artists all the time. Like there's got to be quality music being pushed around still somewhere. And if somebody has the ability to be like, you could pay me a little more and you'll be higher up on these charts, is wild. Because you'd think
Yeah.
there should be a natural way for just like, I mean, it probably would require one of those forces to push newer artists around. Like, hey, check out all this new music, because I use YouTube Music personally, and I get the same 20 songs all the time, even if I'm looking for new songs. It's crazy. Like, and I'm trying, and like you have your like mix on whatever streaming platform you listen
Yeah.
to, and it's supposed to be a mix of unlimited random music eventually, but it doesn't. There's totally a cap, and it always picks favorites, and you're like, how is this true? Show me
It
something.
always comes back to
similar.
Drake.
Yeah, dude, it's always
One way
Drake.
or another, it always comes back to Drake.
Going
So-
Bad has been on my playlist for way too long.
There
right
you go.
now. Like, pop me some Hero.
So I think
DMC.
what I'm gonna say next is gonna segue into the social media stuff perfectly. Not to pat myself on the back, but
Yeah, you nailed it.
like so basically when you post something on Instagram or Spotify or any social media regardless, your shit gets shown first to the people you interact with the most. So if I message fucking Jack every day on Instagram, he's gonna see my post the first time he logs in, regardless of whether I posted it 4 hours ago or 4 minutes ago.
Yep.
So it's going to get shown to your top tier followers first, always, and then it's going to get put in this other bracket for 10% of your followers who maybe don't interact with you. And then for every time every time one of those people actually interacts with you, it's going to get shown to one more person.
Oh.
And that's how everything on social media, YouTube, Spotify, everything works. But it's very important to also have hashtags. On Instagram, you're allowed 30. Now, you don't want to just type in hip-hop because the fucking hip-hop shit has a billion posts in it. You want to narrow it down to hashtags that have, like, not a huge following, but not a small one either. Because
Plus, if you just use the hip hop hashtag, you're gonna get comments that say promote this on Rap Hop Daily or whatever the fuck that is.
I still fucking get
Those
that.
are everywhere, dude.
Everywhere. Like, I'm gonna fucking message Rap.
I get those on every fucking music post.
Hashtags are the only way your content is gonna get shown to people who aren't following you. Unless somebody who is following you sends it to somebody who isn't, you know? So hashtags are very important. And when I see people post who are about this music shit that don't use it, I don't know. It's not stupid. It's just you could be doing a lot more if you want to push yourself forward on social media.
Right.
That's all I got.
That's all you got? All right. That's the interview, folks.
Wow.
No, I'm just kidding.
Take it and run with it.
No, but you were saying earlier, I wanted to know, like, how important it is to post every single day.
I think it's extremely important to at least post every other day, if not every day. When I post stuff, you'll notice that my logo's in it. The Bars Over Bars logo's in it. It looks cool. It looks interesting. It looks enticing. And it's always relevant to either what's going on in the world, what's going on in my life musically, or my music in general. Usually I have about 20 or so story posts going at once. That way I'm always at the top of people's stories.
I think story sharing helps a lot with following from what I've seen too.
Story sharing helps too. And whenever I see somebody's post that I like even mildly fuck with, I just share it to my story because why the fuck not? 100 people look at my story every day. Why the fuck shouldn't I be putting other people in the spotlight who fucking deserve it?
There's people whose names are in my head now because I see you sharing them a good amount, and now I see them like in your work and everything, and it all does blend. And we were saying this about the Boston scene. Needs to be doing more of this.
Yeah, I mean, there are promotional pages in this city that will just take your money and post your content at 3 a.m, and you get 4 likes. But
not with Boston's Big Four for a fair price. We'll post your stuff. I'm just kidding. It's always free.
At 3 p.m.
Reposting somebody else's post on your story takes 2 fucking seconds.
Yeah, that's literally the easiest.
Why should it cost $20?
Easiest way to that's the easiest way to promote somebody is just hit that, share it to your story. Takes 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's not even that hard. Why aren't you guys doing it?
Yeah.
Why aren't you guys doing it?
But
fuck all the unfollowers out there.
Yeah, who's doing that?
I want to say that. Who's doing that? Who's unfollowing?
Who is unfollowing?
Why'd you follow in the first place?
They want you to follow them back, and when you didn't, they got mad.
Yeah.
Sorry. Make more interesting posts. Be more interesting.
I get a lot of messages like in my spam that's some of them are just random YouTube links, and it's just like, please follow and share, and it's like, I don't fucking know you.
Yeah.
I really I respect press releases so much that even if someone sends me one that's just like the fucking song's whack, I'll just throw it on my fucking story because I respect the fucking professionalism.
Yeah.
True.
I definitely think there's like a level of desperation that some people show. Like if you go through pages, I think a lot of them are bots too, though. Like they'll just be like, am I the best rapper? Like, am I even good? And they want you to click on their page and like listen to their shit. Have you ever seen that on like a
those
page?
Are fucking annoying.
Yeah, I'd say most of them are bots, but it's just funny because like if someone's in your DMs like please share my shit, you're like, it's a little, because they technically like asked you, I guess it's like a little more like respectable, but still I'm like,
I mean, if someone DMs me their music, I always listen to it.
Yeah, listen, but if they're like saying like and share this, it just seems like a little bit of a stretch. For
before I've even heard it, it's like, dude, what if it's not good?
when Mission Hill came out last July, I sort of sent this whack-ass press release with a link to my album to everybody. And I fucking hated it because I felt like I was selling myself out to people. And it's like,
Oh, I was misunderstanding what you meant by press release, because I guess if it's like buttoned up in a way like that, that totally makes sense.
yeah, no. It's like when this album, like I have a press release ready for this fucking album, and it's got artwork, it's got MP3s, waves, links to all the songs. It's like if any outlet likes this music, even if they're a radio or a blog, they don't even have to send me a message back. They have everything they need to repost it. When I dropped my last album, I sent everybody just a link to the song, a link to the album, and I fucking hated it because I felt like the cheesiest asshole on the planet.
Mm.
When this next album drops, I'm gonna send press releases, emails to the blogs that I know, but I'm not gonna be spamming DMs because I don't like doing that.
Hmm.
Especially when it's people I don't know, like when it's random people. Like if I didn't know you guys and I just sent you a YouTube link, I'd look pathetic as shit.
Yeah.
Well, think about how it looks if you don't know someone and they send you a YouTube link. You're probably not even gonna. I mean,
yeah, and that
you
was
might
where
check
I
it
was
out.
coming from, where I'm like, yeah, when people typically are like, it's almost like you think this is a virus. You just get a link from somebody like out of nowhere. You're like, I don't know. I don't even know who this is at
Right.
all. Usually I see if there's any mutual followers. That's a big key. But otherwise, it definitely is suspect. But random messages aren't like out of the question usually.
If I want to get in touch with somebody, like I feel like it's kind of what I did with you guys, where like I'll just kind of follow you and then I'll repost your content. I'll start commenting and then I'll hit you the message like, "Yo guys, like
Yeah.
I'm a fucking rapper and I do
Yep.
rippity raps and like I'm ready to do the rippity raps all over the fucking podcast." And then you're like, "Whoa, hero with the fucking rippity raps."
We could do
I
that.
know
Yeah.
you.
Yo, let's do some rippity raps later on. Let's do it up.
Let's do the rippity raps.
You did some rippity raps last time.
I did do some rippity
You
raps last time.
rapidly ripped it up.
I did, and then I had to fucking leave.
Yeah.
That is
Oh yeah, you had to go to Manchester,
I did.
New Hampshire.
Dude, yeah, is that thing still happening? Do they do it outside now? New Hampshire doesn't
No.
seem to care about Corona.
New Hampshire
Live
doesn't
free or die.
really care, but Manchester is in a weird spot where it's like the only fucking city in New Hampshire. So they're just like, yeah, we're not going to really do anything ever. So
They took no precautions. Is it all rough over there now?
it's pretty rough, but there's still bars and shit that just like just aren't open. You know, it's like Boston down there, up there. Boston and the greater cities are fucking whack too if you're a music venue.
Dude, yeah, I don't know if anyone. Restaurants are definitely like running at a loss right now. It's just the only thing probably to keep them relevant when things finally do open up.
One of my favorite venues in Boston, not in Boston, but like in the greater cities, is the Jungle in Somerville. I don't know how familiar you guys
Oh.
are.
You know what?
But,
I think I
Never
only
been
know it
there.
because you post about it.
It is a fantastic spot. But the problem is with Somerville is if you have a stage in your building, you are not allowed to have people inside until there's a vaccine. So the Jungle is a bar, a restaurant, and a music venue. But Somerville only sees them as a music venue. So like they were having people out in the parking lot on tables to serve food and drinks, but like you can't serve people inside. Like I went there and I played a show and we had like a little live stream show inside. When I ordered a sandwich, they made me eat it outside.
That is ridiculous.
It's like
Dude.
and Sam, the owner of the Jungle, just has to close. Like it's too cold to have business outside, and this great venue is dying because, well, he says he's okay, but I really doubt that. I hope he's doing okay. But this music venue is dying because Somerville's like, yeah, you got a stage, like you got to be closed until there's a vaccine. Sorry, bud.
What if the stage had tables on it and then it wasn't a stage?
I don't know, Owen.
That's a
Did I
good
just
question.
solve it? Did
I
just
think you
solve it?
did. It's no longer a stage at that point. It's
got
just a
called
different
for
level of seating. All right. We're
It
on to
could be.
something.
It could be.
As usual, we're always on to something.
I do think indoor dining is sketchy, though. People are probably all going to start getting sick again. in the next like month?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Are you guys into indoor dining? Is that what you're telling me? You're licking tables?
I go to Applebee's like
All
every
the
night.
time.
You go to Applebee's every day, dude? You would have
Fucking
gotten
love
sick.
Applebee's.
You would have gotten
Half
sick
price
without COVID.
apps. Half price apps.
Oh man. Dude, remember when Fridays tried to do something like that, but then it was like
Friday sucks.
they
I'll
would
never go to
basically
Fridays again.
lie. Yeah, dude, they are the worst. I remember one time being like, "Oh yeah, you guys got your bottomless apps or whatever," and I ordered like 3 or 4 of them. It's like not even.
I
a
went
little
there like
bit.
once, and the food was cold, and the waitress
Yes.
was a bitch.
Dude, that's
Honestly.
every single one. I think it's like
Yeah.
a factory that clones the same employees and the same
Yeah.
shitty half microwave food. And
Yep.
they say bottomless apps. They could even they could probably even have everything be the same. Be like, you get 4 free refills of any app, and you're like, okay, that sounds amazing. But instead, they only ever give you 1 if they're doing something like that. And Applebee's, I think, is owned by the same. They're all on that same family tree.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe Applebee's has shitty apps too.
Maybe.
Do we?
Oh, they do because I feel awful afterwards.
Oh no, yeah, that's like classic fast middle fast food or whatever.
What about Texas Roadhouse? I love Texas Roadhouse.
Dude, Texas fucking Roadhouse. Oh my god.
So good, right?
So I don't want to nitpick
my
right now, but I think
God.
you got quieter. I don't know if is he
Me?
still the same volume? Yeah, just making
Oh.
sure.
I got ADHD, so I was flicking the knobs without realizing it.
Oh, no stress, bro. I
It
just want to
happens.
make sure. Yeah.
I just gotta touch things.
No, I like it. I like it. You're
Okay,
better now.
okay. We go. We out.
So yeah, Texas Roadhouse, the bread, the what's it called? Whatever they use
Meow.
on the bread.
Oh wait, what is that? Yeah, you
It's
mean
like some cinnamon butter or something. I don't know,
Oh,
man.
I'm
It's so
thinking of
fucking
something
good.
else. I'm thinking-
Cinnabon.
Are you guys familiar with Dishes? While we're just talking about good restaurants, Dishes on 53. I think it's in Marsh. No,
I don't know.
I think it's Pembroke. But they have the best bread. It's like a bread bowl type of bread. It's not sourdough.
Is
though,
it better
but
than
it's-
Texas Roadhouse?
It's not a sweet thing. There's no like cinnamon,
Okay.
on it, but it's just dude. It's the best roll you'll ever have. It's like a giant dinner roll.
Bertucci's rolls?
Yeah.
Fire.
No, for sure. Yeah, I mean Bertucci's rolls are good, but they're not as good as Dishes roll.
All right. I'm going to try
Big-
these
it's
rolls.
one big roll.
We got to try these on the podcast.
Yeah. We got so sidetracked because Applebee's was like not even a main thing of what you were talking about. Now we're talking about it.
No, it's all good. It
I
happens.
just love Applebee's.
Oh, because the food in the venue. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think anyways, if you dine indoors, you're gonna die, and I think you need to be safer about it.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. I went to a restaurant the other day, but I've only been to 2 restaurants since March, so it's scary out there, guys. Am I hyped? Am I too hyped about this? I don't think so. I think I'm being perfectly cautious, but also adventuring a little bit, right?
I
An
am definitely
adventure
not. I'm definitely not. With the amount of shows I'm still going to and still throwing, I'm definitely not playing it as safe as I maybe should.
Yeah, you sound sick. Well, maybe we shouldn't be doing this Zoom call. No, I'm just
No.
kidding. You're totally fine.
Yeah, put a mask on.
Dude, imagine if I fucking whipped out a mask.
And we were like also
got the
putting
sign.
masks on. I think this is probably pretty safe, though. I don't think COVID
Yeah.
can get through computers from what they say.
I
From
don't know,
what
do you
they
have-
say. But
do you have
did
a-
we really know a lot about it, you know?
Do you have a 5G signal right now?
You know
Are we
what's
gonna-
funny? I just got a phone that can do 5G, and I do not
Mhm.
have a 5G.
You're gonna
signal right
die.
now. Sometimes I do.
See, there he
Dude,
goes.
Is 5G
I'm
gonna kill you? Yeah.
dead.
Dude. Shit, was I right? It's all good. It's all good. But when venues open up, you're probably gonna be like the most primed of everybody because I think everything is like a lot of people are stale. Like I was pumped. Like we were saying, I think this is off air at the time, but we were trying to put a show on ourselves. We've said this on the podcast many different times, and totally kind of put it on the back burner because of COVID. And you pretty much kept as well within the guidelines you could work with, have kept doing live performances despite like the amount of crowd you could have and everything. And you're going to come out like a wedding band, just totally tight, and everything will be synced up. And then everyone else will be coming up there like off key, missing the beat and everything. And I mean, I don't know who's practicing indoors right now. Maybe some people, but it just seems like you got the muscle flexing.
That's actually a very good point I want to make. There has been an oversaturation, not just in music, not just in Boston, but in the whole world of everything. And I feel like the people still doing things during COVID, like still throwing podcasts, still throwing shows, still rapping, still doing live streams, are the people that really fucking want it. And what we're gonna figure out is that some of the DJs who just fucking press play and go to the bathroom aren't gonna be DJing when COVID's over. They've gone on to other things. They're doing fucking construction or whatever. You know, it's like, if you're a creative and you're still creating right now, you want this shit.
Shout out creators. Shout out Hero the MC.
Shout out creators.
Yes, that's a huge point, because we've kind of said this in other ways, like because of all the time people have had to themselves, doing shows aside, you had so much time, or you as in every artist had so much time to create during this, like where you were basically sitting inside with a pen and paper, and you could argue maybe that there was nothing to be inspired by, but there was plenty of life happening before quarantine. So when you sitting there, you have to like sit and reflect on everything you've been doing. I think everybody has to be putting out a project right now if you're still an artist, like, or putting something out. Like as artists, they are pretty much owe that to anyone who listens to them, because you've had now a lot of people will say it's like, oh yeah, writing like while I'm on the plane, or writing while I'm like going here, going there. Now you basically had, everybody knows it, months at your house. Like, so there's no secrets that you had to do that, and everybody did. So based on the way you handled it, I'm sure some people just kind of didn't do anything and leaned into like, oh, okay, no one's expecting me to work or go anywhere. Sure, I'll just do nothing, which I bet plenty of people did. And I did for a little while too. But I think, and that's like the whole point, I guess, is that if you really do care about it, you came up with something during this, and that's going to help you, help everybody get quality content and probably weeded out some of the phonies, you know?
Yeah. I mean, in March, me and Stewie had like 10 shows booked from March to June. And of course, all of them got canned, you know, like we were just supposed to have a show at a boxing gym in Everett on last Friday.
At a boxing gym.
But the Board of Health shut it down because of the new city regulations.
Oh,
unfortunately. But you know, it's the defeats that, it's the small defeats that we're always gonna just ignore and keep moving.
What is the new regulation that would make that not allowed?
So we were gonna throw a small event at a boxing gym in Everett called Hard Knocks, and basically, Everett, the city of Everett, and most of the greater cities of Boston, and Boston included, are like, if you're a boxing gym, you can't have more than 10 people inside. If you're a gym, period, you can't have more than 10 people inside. No events that aren't typical to your business, and also everybody needs to be wearing a mask regardless of whether they're working out or not.
Oh man, boxing with a mask on probably sucks.
And that's just gyms. Like, there are a ton of other regulations. Like, there's the new curfew at 10 o'clock. Every restaurant's closing at 9:30. And that's Massachusetts. That's the whole state.
2020 sucks.
Fuck you, Baker.
Yeah.
Shout out Governor Baker.
You know what's interesting? Dude, I'm gonna we'll put out both of those clips separately.
Yeah, exactly.
So, what I was listening to a different podcast recently, and somebody had, this like celebrity doctor had made a point that like back in the day there was
back in the day, what, like March?
No, like in like the 50s when measles was a problem, like many kids were dying because of measles, and it was one of those things where it was like rampant, very contagious, to the point where the illustration they put was like, if somebody coughed or sneezed like in a grocery store aisle and then left for 2 hours after that, if you just walked through that area where they did that, you would get measles. Like, it's one of those like types of things. And they did not shut down the country for measles, and measles was killing people like, and kids all the time. So it's like a weird, it's not to get political, but like an interesting way on how, the whole world did it. So it's not really anyone's, it's not like there was an agenda probably, unless there is the Illuminati. But we all know about them, and I think that that's not the point. It wasn't supposed to be conspiracy, but I think it is interesting that for similarly very deadly diseases, and I don't have the exact numbers on like how many or how quickly the measles killed people, but I know that was super serious. There's a reason you give every baby a measles and mumps vaccine the minute they're born, basically. So it's like there's no risk of that happening now, but back in the day it was huge, and no one was quarantining, wearing masks in grocery stores and everything. So I do wonder what would happen if they just said it's allowed again, like everything's allowed again. What would happen? I think would be maybe okay, because I think New Hampshire has a very few cases, and you said they that city in particular didn't do anything really from the beginning. So it kind of doesn't surprise me like how that happens.
I mean, it's so weird because even like the measles was terrible, but like the H1N1 virus 8 years ago in 2012 killed twice as many people, was twice as spreadable, and like
my parents got H1N1 last year, and I was living in the house and didn't get it. So I don't know how that works, or maybe I'm just immune to everything.
Well, 1% of the population is immune to any virus, period.
Woo! That's definitely me, dude.
Come on, man. You've seen I Am Legend. You know Will Smith.
Oh yeah.
Immune.
Does he say that, dude? I forgot that.
No, he
fact.
doesn't. He doesn't say shit. Talks to his dog the whole movie. And then fucking
Yeah,
stops.
right.
He hugs his dog until it dies. Spoiler alert.
Oh man.
I think it just spreads from the fact that social media and news in general is just a million times more effective, and that's good and bad.
Yeah.
It's so easy to spread truthful information, just as easy as it is to spread false information. And I think this whole virus, whether it's a Democrat hoax or not, just kind of blew out of fucking proportions. And we are going to have Karens who are so fucking scared that they're going to be wearing a mask for the next 5 years.
Yeah. Oh, dude, masks
They
are
are
normal
never
now.
going to leave their house ever again.
Dude,
in the state of New Hampshire, you can opt your kid out of any school in New Hampshire. You can opt your kid out of in-person classes for the rest of the year. So if you're a parent and you don't want your kid to go to school, you can just have them stay home for a whole year.
One thing I don't understand, if you guys could
Dude,
maybe
if I was
talk
a
some
kid, I'd
sense
be
about
stoked,
this.
honestly.
Well, I mean, they probably expect you to still do all the shit, so it's also annoying because you can't like ask the questions the same. But I
True.
think, do you think it makes any sense? And I don't know, but this is what I thought I had heard, that some kids will go to school for a couple days a week and then stay home for a couple days a week. But based on how this virus spreads and the like contagion period, like the incubation period in your body, how does it make sense to just only go to school for a couple days?
It doesn't.
Like
Either just go or don't go.
you'd have to like not go to school for 2 weeks and then go for a week and then not
It's
go
like-
for 2 weeks or something. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Since I quit my auto mechanic job, I've been delivering pizzas, and some people want like no contact deliveries, meaning I leave it at the door. But like, if
you have to lick it first so it sticks.
if I have COVID, you have it. Like it.
yeah.
If I have it, you have it. If you don't
Yeah.
want to get it, just don't order food.
Right.
I just want people to like lick my straw first, like as proof. I'm like, just so I know you are confident in this, lick my straw.
Lick
And
my
then usually they'll just
straw.
do it and I'll take it. I haven't gotten sick. I'm just
Yeah, man. It's weird.
just to be
That's
safe.
weird. That's
Just to be
weird.
safe. You probably get other types of immunizations. That's the new CDC guideline. Just have people lick your straws when you go out like for food.
I don't know about you guys, but I get the flu vaccine every year. I've never gotten the flu.
I
do
just
too.
started last year.
I know some people can't say that. I've never had the flu, and I get the flu vaccine every year. If there's a coronavirus vaccine, I'm probably gonna get it.
Yeah.
Wait
same.
a year, then get it. You don't want to be the guinea pig. You
I
don't
don't wanna
want
be
to.
the
They'll
guinea
tell you you're not the guinea pig, but you for sure are still the guinea pig, even in that first round.
Dude, it might be mandatory. You know.
If you're like a frontline worker, one of my sisters works at a hospital, and she will definitely have to get it once it's out. And it's and she doesn't really want to because like for similar reasons. It's just like, work the bugs out, please. Like you figure out like what amino acids or whatever the fuck you put in those. Like it's got to be right, and then give it to me. But there's so much pressure to put one out. It definitely makes me wonder, like, is it going to be 100% effective? Or, I mean, it won't be 100% effective based on just statistics, but like, is it going to be safe? Which is, I think, the main concern. And vaccine conversation has been going on forever. So it's not even like a new thing. I do trust vaccines for sure, but I only got my first flu vaccine last year because of my parents getting the flu.
Yeah, I get it every year. But I know some people who have never gotten it and have never gotten the flu. So I'm like, should I get it? Is it necessary? I don't know.
Like my grandmother's 66 years old. She lives in Florida. She gets the flu every year, and she's never had the flu vaccine. She's not going to get the coronavirus vaccine, and it's this generation of butt-headed people. No offense to my grandmother, who just aren't open. Shout out Lolo. There's just this whole generation of people who just don't like change. Like, you can't convince the older generation not to throw oil in your backyard.
Yes.
And it's stuff like that. It's like the battle for climate change is dependent on us. You can't convince a 66-year-old man who's been throwing oil in his fucking backyard woods for the last 20 years that he can't do it anymore.
Right.
He's just gonna keep doing it.
Right. Once you're that age, you're stuck in your ways. Nothing's changing.
I'm pretty sure they take the oil like for free a lot of places these
days. They do. It's just I don't understand.
That's kind of stupid. Yeah.
It's like ice caps. What are you talking about?
Like ice caps? I don't see any ice caps. I'm not ruining anything. I love when people during wintertime will post like a picture of the snow and they're like, global warming? What are you talking about? Like,
wait, who does that?
I've seen people do it every year. And I'm like, you gotta be joking, right?
Yeah.
Please, oh my God, please God be joking. I want them to be joking.
I'm pretty sure that has to be a joke if someone's posting that. That's gotta be a joke.
No, global warming's a real thing and I'm fucking terrified.
Yeah. Global warming is very much a real thing.
And global warming we more than likely and with evidence are contributing to it. But I do think either way it would happen. And if it was happening, it's still terrifying because like it makes the like world not able to be lived on. So that is terrifying. And we definitely don't want to be contributing to it. But those fluctuations definitely do happen, which is I think part of where people get muddled in that conversation.
Global warming is an irreversible thing. All we can do is slow it down or stop it. The best way we can do it is to switch to solar or wind, because 22% of the world's carbon emissions don't come from cars. They come from electricity. They come from power plants.
Coal plants and such. And they even say that the energy and resources taken to make like a Tesla or all these electric cars end up in their lifespan, like you couldn't save enough gas driving it than the amount of gas and energy and power it cost from like just those plants to make them, which is pretty crazy to think like we're not efficient enough to go negative on our fucking electric cars. They still cost more gas just because of everything that goes into it, which is wild. But I think maybe they've fixed those, but that was something I heard a few years ago. But whatever, we're getting there, guys. We're trying our best. I do think there should be more solar farms. I like to see those when I'm on the highway. That's like
big
the coolest
facts.
thing.
Chop
down
solar
trees,
farms.
put up those solar farms. You know what I'm saying.
Shout out wind.
Shout out wind. Yo, we got to start doing the shout out compilations again. Those were great.
I've been shouting out less things because I don't want to piss people off. But shout outs.
No, who cares? Shout outs. Shout out Hero the Emcee.
Dude, hit us right. Dude, this is your chance. All the shout outs.
Shout out Owens Cable Management.
Check it, dude. Peep this. I had to hardwire my basement because of COVID. So it's frustrating. But yeah.
Shout out the guitar in the background that Owen hasn't played in 5 years.
No, untrue. I've played it definitely within the past months.
Okay, I'm just kidding.
I do not play it often. I'm not a seasoned guitar player, if that makes sense.
All right, we won't put that in the shout out compilation then.
No, we can. I'm an open book. But don't ever share that fact, please.
You were saying on the last episode that you don't play as much anymore.
Well, it was not recorded at the time, but God.
Oh, sorry. I thought we were recording it. That's
I
all.
don't care, dude. It does not matter.
Shout out Tommy Heinsohn. Rest in peace, the legend.
Wait, yes, I did just see this. That is super sad.
It is
Yeah.
tragic.
Shout out
He had
Tommy
shared
Heinsohn.
your tweet that time.
What's
Or
up?
he had discussed your tweet.
He talked about my tweet. That was amazing. Shout out Tommy. Shout out what else are we shouting out? Shout out North Shore Roast Beefs and shout out South Shore Bar Pizza.
Shout out Kane's Donuts. I hear about you all the time, but I have yet to try you. wanna
I
try
did
you so
a
bad.
I did a poll on Instagram. It just wrapped up, I think like an hour ago.
We got results?
North Shore Roast Beef versus South Shore Bar Pizza. I believe it was 66% South Shore Bar Pizza.
You know what's funny? I almost participated in this poll. I decided not to. I was gonna vote South Shore Bar Pizza because of my bias.
Yeah.
But then when I really thought about it, I don't love bar pizza. I
Yeah.
like
It's
Greek pizza.
okay. I
like
voted
Italian
North
pizza.
Shore Roast Beef, honestly.
Well, I'm not a huge beef guy either. We
Have
talked
you
about
had a roast
this.
beef from the North Shore? Have you even had one?
Probably not from the North Shore.
Oh,
but I've
see, you
had
don't
some
even
delicious
know.
roast beef.
You haven't had a roast beef three-way. Hero, have you had a roast beef three-way?
I cannot say I have.
Okay.
Sounds like the type of thing you would never be the same after.
All right, so
And-
roast beef three-way.
Roast beef three-way.
It's not what I think it is, right?
Yeah, probably not.
No.
It's a type of food thing, right?
No. We're talking about a sandwich, like an actual.
Hey, babe, you want to have a roast beef three-way later? Come on, just try it. Okay, I love you.
So it's it's a staple on the North Shore. I was introduced to it by Justin Clancy,
Ooh.
but it's delicious and it's better than South Shore Bar Pizza. I'm sorry.
Bar pizza's dry. I don't know.
It's like
What
bar
it
pizza's
is.
not even the best type of pizza. There's better pizza
dude.
out there.
Ugh.
As long as it's not Greek, we're good.
You don't like Greek pizza?
Yeah, I agree.
Don't get me. Don't.
Dude,
I agree,
good
100%.
Greek pizza is all right, but
Dude,
I see
Greek
where you're coming
pizza
from.
Is fucking. It's all sweet and it's all doughy. But
I don't like
but
that.
It's
Yeah,
all
yeah.
it's all spongy and shit.
it's sweet, doughy, and spongy, and
I
like
agree.
hard and awkward, and it's
Yeah.
it's all these things you don't want in food at the same time. And
Yeah.
somehow. Are you talking smack over there?
Oh my god, dude, we have to cut all this out. I'm just...
Do you want to come over here and say something?
Dude, Owen, both of you need to try a roast beef three-way from
I'm doing a roast beef three-way later. I don't give a fuck what you say. I love you.
from Bill and Bob's.
Me and Bill and Bob, we're gonna have a roast beef three-way.
No one and Jack will watch.
Oh yeah. We'll record it.
Dude, yeah. Well, first of all, roast beef three-way, we all know what they're doing there. It's like naming a restaurant Wiener Schnitzel. It's a real place.
All right, the three-way is what is it?
Is it mayonnaise, ketchup, and mustard?
Yeah, no, it's cheese. It's cheese, mayo, and fucking barbecue sauce, and the best like tender roast beef you've ever fucking had in your life.
Why is it barbecue sauce? So why can I put mustard on my beef?
No.
You don't put
Do that.
mustard on a beef?
Put mustard on your beef. Post it in the North
Mustard on a
Shore.
beef.
No, put mustard on your beef. Post it in the North Shore Beef group on Facebook and see what happens.
You can't eat mustard on
You will
roast
get
beef?
destroyed in the comments.
Dude,
Destroyed.
Destroyed.
Corned
That group's
beef,
hilarious. They're
so-
ruthless.
when you eat like corned beef and cabbage, do you not put mustard on your corned beef?
Listen, the North
You
Shore
put
roast beef,
Thousand Island dressing on a
it's
Reuben.
a specific type of sandwich that has to be eaten a specific type of way. Otherwise, it's not.
Or you're racist?
You know, it's just not.
Why?
Yeah, or you're racist. Exactly.
I'm not
I got-
racist towards the North Shore. I just
I have
wanna
nothing good to say about ketchup.
Ketchup's medium. Like
Ketchup's eh.
Get
I don't
outta
even
here.
It
eat
is what it
ketchup on my
is.
fries. I'm a mustard boy. Put mustard on my dogs.
Mustard.
Yeah. If I have a little,
Mustard.
if I
Mu-
have ketchup,
yeah, I
there's
don't
usually
know.
a little mustard in there. Maybe
I'm more of a
mustard
honey
pickles.
mustard guy. Honey mustard all day.
What's up, Jack?
Honey mustard's
Yep.
too sweet.
That's why I like you.
No.
You guys,
Honey
what's the
mustard all
best? Sound
day.
off in the
Dude, when I was a
comments.
kid at restaurants, like chicken fingers with honey mustard, my day was made. Like that was it. Yep.
I was picky. I'm always picky about chicken fingers. You never know what they're gonna be like. They could be too dry. You know. What if they're dry? Then you can't. Doesn't matter about the sauce.
Dude, I haven't had some good chicken fingers in a while. I need to unleash my inner 5-year-old sometime and go back to that.
Dude, shout out Chick-fil-A. There's a new Chick-fil-A around we've talked about before.
Yep.
Their chicken fingies are pretty good.
Oh, the little nugs?
No, they got fingies.
Oh, they got fingies now?
Yes, dude, they're good.
Oh, wow.
I would say try there for sure.
Okay. I'm trying that this weekend.
Yes, dude. Shout out
But
Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A
we should talk about music because we have a rapper here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah, I
we
forgot.
we all got distracted. I don't know. Run it. I want to run this
Hold
back
on.
and then see where we derailed. But
Yeah. We'll do that after.
It was shout outs. You were shouting out.
We weren't
beeps
even
and
on the
stuff.
fucking train tracks, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We never really got out of the station.
By the time
But,
this is posted, which will be in like maybe a week and a half or maybe.
No. We're posting it before the album. It's supposed to be before the album.
I was gonna say, because should we talk about the album on here, or will it be safe afterwards? Okay.
Or
Just
should we
making
do it
sure.
after the album? Do you want us to post this before the album or after the
It's
album?
really your choice, people's
Yeah.
choice.
Just post it as soon as you guys can. Whenever you get to it.
Yeah, we got a chronological.
I have no preference.
I think when we're doing them like we have been, I don't think we should space them out a week because then it gets to the point where like you're not dropping them until like 2 weeks after, and then I feel like people expect it to come out like
Well, if you guys, whenever you guys post it, I'm gonna make my own flyer for it. So if you post it on the day my album comes out, I'm not gonna talk about it until like the next couple days.
Right.
So whenever you guys want to put it out Friday. I'll talk about it Friday.
As long as we're not spoiling material is really all
We're good.
I care about.
I've sent this album to a lot of people because a lot of people helped me. Because a lot of people helped me make it. So it's not like you guys are the only people that heard it.
So I did have some notes on the songs, and I wanted
took notes.
I wanted to ask
Dude,
some
he
questions.
comes
Awesome.
prepared.
Because of the fucking notes. That's
I
awesome.
love it.
So off the top,
Yes,
for our
sir.
Naruto fans,
Oh,
there is a Naruto reference, and I was just getting Jack hip to this. I was
Yeah.
asking Jack if he knew
Seriously.
anything about Naruto. He said no. So
No.
I said, here's some info. It's heavily referenced in hip hop. And as far as I'm aware, I see it like names and such pop up. So in your song Like That, you reference Kakashi Sensei's eyes, the Sharingan. You don't say Sharingan explicitly, but anyone who knows. And I have to say, sick reference. I was just pumped about it.
Yeah.
And that I just thought that was super exciting. And I want to ask, just are you a Naruto fan, or did you just cherry pick that because you're cool?
I dabble in the Naruto.
I've also, the reason I'm kind of like harping on it, I literally today, like an hour before this podcast, watched the final episode of the original Naruto series. I just finished it, so I was like, bah, 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 Kakashi! Oh yeah, so I'm out here. I'm ready for it. Anyone who listens to that, I mean, listen to the whole thing, but people like that, catch that Kakashi reference. You'll know what I'm talking about.
That whole song is definitely like, I do this thing in that song where I say "Call me Kakashi" because I'm reading the Oz Lethal.
Yeah.
I start a lot of lines off with "Call me."
Mm.
And I don't know why I did that, but the first time I did that, I was like, what if I just did that like a bunch of fucking times?
Yeah.
And
It's not even uncommon, so I didn't even notice that's what you did. Like, so, like, I wasn't like, oh, he's just calling me a bunch, Totally worked.
No, but that's a good song. That's definitely lyrically one of the best.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, just like overall, whole thing, sick vibes. Like, you have that classic feel that I think a lot of people like can throw back to, because there's nobody really with that anymore. Like maybe some people, but like with those like real, like true bars. Some people are kind of riding beats more than they're spitting bars, and like the bars that you lay down are also riding the beat, but just like you got the thickness, you got girth and length.
it's that bulldozer flow where it's like I'll hit you with a reference, and then before you even like understand what that reference was at the time, I hit you with another one and another one, another one, and then every time you listen to it, you're catching new stuff.
Love that. That's my favorite style of rap. And I noticed none of your songs, I don't think any of your songs are under 3 minutes, right? You don't cut them like for the loops. I think a lot of people do that too. It's like 2 verses.
A lot of short songs nowadays.
Yeah, I think unless it's like an interlude or whatever, I try to keep everything above 2.5 minutes. Try to shoot for 3+, but that's kind of always been like, it's always kind of what I've been shooting for. I feel like you have a lot of albums like a lot of the postmortem XXX albums where like a lot of the songs are like 1.5 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like, I get it, but like it's not finished.
Right. That's what I think. Like when I start a song and it says it's only like it's less than 2 minutes, I'm like,
it's kind of just like
this is about to be over before it even starts, you know? So you dropped a weight a while back, a few months ago, and there's a video for that. Pretty sick video.
Thank you. Rose Glenn did a good fucking job on that.
Rose Glenn, that's right. I was trying to think of who did it. Shout out Rose Glenn.
Yeah, Ned Leeds helped me set that song up. So
shout out Leeds.
I gotta hand it to him. I got the beat from Loman, who does a lot of stuff. Who does a lot of stuff with terminology. Owns a shop in Somerville.
Yep. Shout out Loman. Shout out producers.
And besides Archetype did the mix on that.
Yeah.
But besides that, I mix and mastered everything else.
Oh, nice.
But The Wait's a good fucking song.
Yeah, I love that song.
Oh, that's a good fucking song.
That's a slapper. So you, where was that video shot? In Roxbury, right?
It was shot across from the McDonald's on Warren Street by the mural that's been taken down.
Been taken down. What was that all about? Why'd they take that mural down?
It's just the building that the mural was built on has been vacated for like decades.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, unfortunately, buildings come down, and with it, so do the walls, and sometimes the walls stand for something.
Yeah.
You know?
Did anyone try to petition to like? I mean, the logistics might have been crazy, but like to either remove like that section or just like make it a monument type of thing, like it to build around.
I'm sure there were, but it just kind of happened. I think they pulled a sneaky one.
Oh,
it's just
they didn't warn anyone.
You just woke up one day and it was gone.
That's kind of how I heard that happened. Like people were shocked that it was gone. That's pretty cool that you got a video with it though before they took it down.
Uncoincidentally, I think I'm the last person who like ever filmed something there.
Yeah.
And I think
that's pretty sick.
That is pretty sick. But the thing about The Wait is that this whole project wasn't supposed to be a project. What I did was I made 15 tracks, and then I kind of realized after making them in like May that these tracks don't work as a project, and then I moved on to different things, and then I came back to it, and I started picking out the best singles and started dropping those. But then in September, I just kind of woke up and was like, fuck it. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just got to be me. Mm-hmm. And that's how this project just came together. And I got it together real quick. I waited on artwork for a while. But besides that, I mean, as soon as I got the artwork, I just submitted it. And 2 weeks later, the album's coming out.
Hell yeah. What's the title of the album?
It's called The Eighth Letter.
And what's the significance of that?
So the eighth letter is the letter H, which is the first letter of Hero. It's also a reference to Rakim, the 18th letter, his project, and how he refers to himself. And then it's an even bigger reference to Guru from Gangstar, who is probably my biggest
your favorite rapper
ever.
Yep.
He would refer to himself as the seventh letter man. And
okay.
Nobody, and this whole album is about it's about not letting your legacy die with you. And when I was making this project, I wanted it to sound like some life after death, some like post-mortem shit.
Mm-hmm.
this whole project's just about like is the legacy that we crave as artists, is it hard to earn, or is it given due to fatal circumstances? Like would Biggie and Pac even be considered the best of all time if they were still living today? You know,
I think about that sometimes.
Not to diss them, they were
Right.
phenomenal creatives, but it's like people fall off, and you kind of sometimes you only get remembered for the falling off.
Right.
Yeah, well, and it's very interesting you say that, because this thought did kind of cross my mind the other day. They both were immortalized in a way because of their deaths, and
Right.
that's happened to a handful of artists in the past like years. And after a while, I like some people. I mean, I've heard many living people say, like, don't love me and listen to me when I'm dead. Love me and listen to me now. Like, there's no reason for that to be what's pushing people's legacies. So it's a great question to ask. Like, would they still be holding up? Like, or would they be kind of like Eminem, where people are like, he was really good, but
Well, that's the thing.
not anymore. Like,
That's who I was gonna bring up, because Biggie and Tupac were both only like a couple albums deep when they died.
Biggie was fucking 24.
Right, and Pac was 25.
Yeah.
So they were both only a couple albums deep. Think of if Eminem had died after like the Marshall Mathers LP or the Eminem, like he would have been considered. I mean, some people do still consider him the GOAT, but his legacy's, been tainted. In the last
bunch of wax songs. It's not.
Yeah, exactly. But if he had died right in his prime like that, then he wouldn't have had time to kind of kill his legacy. He would have just been the GOAT.
Yeah, and it's funny because I think a lot of people do understand, like, his legacy, his old stuff was great. Like, and I don't think anyone would ever deny that. But then when you just over time, like you were saying, people do fall off. So it's not like his legacy's completely ruined. Like, I'm sure he'd rather be alive and have fallen off than be dead and have people think he was still the GOAT. But like, I mean, who knows? I don't know what he wants, but that's just one of those things. It's interesting how that could be. And sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but that is a good point.
Yeah. I try to answer a lot of questions with this project, and I don't know. That's definitely the biggest one, where is the legacy we crave hard to earn, or is it given due to our deaths? Is it important to be a legend? Do you need to die to become a legend? And what does it mean to be a legend?
What does it mean? What does it mean to you?
I don't know. I think out of the whole project, I think I was struggling to find the answer. And then that's where the last track, Seventh Letter Man, comes in, where it's like, Guru is a legend to me. And I don't care what the stats say. I don't care what anybody says. He is my favorite rapper of all time, and there's nobody that will ever top him. There's nobody that could ever replace him. He left a legacy that is untouchable in my eyes. And I think that everything I say in that song and everything he has done in his musical career is what it means to be a legend and what it means to leave behind a legacy that not only flourishes through hip hop, but flourishes through his family and friends.
Yep. I started following his son recently on Instagram, which is interesting.
Does he make music?
No, I don't think so.
No, but
it's just interesting. Like, I don't know, he seems cool.
He does seem like a cool kid. I don't meet people often, so.
Yeah. But shout out Guru.
Dude, shout out Guru.
So there was another reference I wanted to bring up.
Yeah, dude.
Dude,
rifle off your notes.
Every single bar is a reference.
Yeah, dude. I mean, maybe that's too obvious. In the game, you have George Carlin's voice, but I believe it is a John Milton quote, and it's like, do you want me to tell you something about God, or like, let me tell you something about God? And I think that's poetic in a way. Well, it was written in poetry, but the fact that you use that sample of George Carlin speaking, and typically, I mean, the song like hits on the profoundness of what it says, but then last year when I had first met you, you had opened recently for the Palmer Squares. The Palmer Squares also use George Carlin samples in some of their music, which I thought was very interesting. And I don't know that you drew that inspiration from them, but I was thinking like, oh my gosh, almost a little over a year later now, we're talking again, and I'm hearing a George Carlin reference. Pretty interesting. He is awesome though, so it's definitely not uncommon to have referenced his speaking, and obviously it's talking about John Milton's work, but the any of his perspectives on any of that stuff is, and the song just being the game, it is a pretty great reference, I guess. But I was curious, like, how you came up with that, or did you just kind of were you listening to some comedy and ended up picking that?
A lot of shit like that, like weird coincidences, they just happen by accident. There's so many lines that like I didn't know I could find 10
He was
meanings
stealing.
out of. I'm definitely gonna get hit with copyright soon.
Yeah, dude, you're always stealing.
But there are a lot of lines and skits and shit that I use that I don't realize at the time meant more than I thought they meant at the time. That was not something that I even considered, but I'm probably going to use that as a good excuse moving forward.
Perfect.
Because
yeah.
I'm not a genius, but
you are.
That's debatable. That's
you
debatable.
Play one on TV.
Sound off in the comments. Is Hero a genius?
I say yeah. We're going to make an Instagram poll. We'll be like, have we ever had a genius on our podcast? And the real ones will know. But yeah, that is interesting. I so wanted to ask about that, and I'm going to move right on, though. Who is the girl's voice on Love Me Now? Because she sounds like Beyonce.
That is not Beyonce. That is a white woman from Detroit.
Oh, man.
Her name is Becca Baby, and Poetic Killa helped me get that feature.
Is there a chance that she's Becky with the good hair?
No.
No chance.
So, no ties to Beyonce whatsoever.
But I think besides The Wait, that is my favorite song on the project because it just hits so fucking hard. It's so good. It's hard to explain without having the song playing, but it's a good ass fucking song.
Who produced it?
I bought the beat off YouTube. It's from this guy named Hitman the Polo Kid, and it's just like sometimes you just hear beats and they're just too good to pass up.
Yeah, for sure.
The guy who produced This Is the Game, his name's Scotty Flippin. He's from Easton.
Okay.
But I try to do local stuff, but sometimes it's too good to pass up.
Who are some other producers on the project?
Loman did The Wait.
Yep. Shout out Loman.
I produced 6 out of the 15 tracks.
Oh, okay.
Which, I don't know, I guess is a decent amount.
That's a decent amount.
Beat and recording, or was that like your recording studio setup?
Everything is recorded with my studio setup. It sounds pretty good, to be honest.
Definitely.
So
I like that mic a lot.
Yeah, it's a good ass mic. So Chuck Kennedy did the beat for Amends. He's based out of Connecticut. This other YouTube guy, AGVYS, he's from like buttfuck Europe somewhere, but he sent me another beat that I just couldn't pass up. J Plus, he's from somewhere in Boston. He did the
Shout out J Plus.
Shout out J Plus. He did the beat for Reason. And then First Official did the beat for Reminisce Part 2.
Shout out First Official. I love First Official.
I've been sitting on that beat since last September.
Oh wow!
Damn.
I haven't been sitting on these songs, but I've been sitting on some beats for a while. That I was like, yeah, I'll have it out by April, and then it's like fucking not. It's April, and it's like I'm working. I'm working.
That's fire though.
Yeah.
Some good names. Some good names in there.
Yeah.
Good guys. Good local guys.
Yeah. I look at the track list and I'm so happy of how it turned out. But in my mind, it's also everybody was my first choice for the songs that I got, but they're not your typical people that you'd hear that I thought that I would be making music with.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I had this song, like the second song is called Banished, and I had this raw hip hop fucking bar for bar fucking song, and I wanted scratch hooks, but I was like, everything's fucking got a scratch hook, so let me switch it up.
Yeah.
So I sent it to this kid that I had on a show a couple months ago, and he just sent me this singing hook, and I was like, this is pretty fucking good. So everything kind of didn't go sort of methodically how I thought it would go, but it ended up being perfect.
Love it.
And that's kind of when you look back, you're like, this is just how it was supposed to be. Everything, nothing really ever goes to plan, especially when you have it like methodically planned out. And when one little thing goes off, it feels like the world might be ending. But then when you look back and listen to everything, you're like, this is totally, everything's got a good story behind it too now. Like with how you found certain people and you thought you expected this, but got that. And it's exactly like, probably write a book about this album.
Everybody I needed to be on this project got on it, and I'm very thankful that happened.
Word.
Yeah, you're pretty lucky too, man. I feel like a lot of people end up having to either sit on songs because they're waiting on that collab, or they just got to compromise and put out something else.
No, I just got certain songs on this project and the last one before that where it's like, if certain people didn't get on this song, it just wouldn't happen. Like they're like, if Chemic didn't get on Mind State, there's just no version of that song that would exist without her. It's just I needed her, you know, because it just wouldn't have been as good without her.
How'd you link up with her?
So Chemic is I think she's from Everett, but she lives in Malden or Medford. It's one of those towns. We met at a Grind Mode Cypher last August in New Bedford.
Shout out Grind Mode.
Shout out Grind Mode. I'm going to Florida next month to do a Grind Mode.
Oh, nice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Danger though. Danger. Wear a mask, please.
Danger.
Yeah.
Also, shout out Chemic. Didn't mean to be late on that one.
You guys fans of Chemic?
I actually am not familiar with Chemic. I'm looking her up right now.
Chemic is this sort of Mobb Deep inspired female MC, and I hate the fucking like she's good for a girl, or like she's like, I hate the
that's sexist. Don't say that.
I hate the female MC shit, because she's just like fucking phenomenal. Before I even think of her gender, it's just like she's just fucking dope.
The whole female MC thing gets like overstated sometimes, where it's like they're just MCs, you know?
Yeah,
they're rappers.
She's got like this like I said, she's got like this Mobb Deep Eminem-esque sort of rap style, and we've just been kind of talking ever since that Grind Mode Cypher and making shit together, and I've gotten her on a lot of shows, and she's just fantastic. I'm from Boston, where the water is black.
Oh yeah.
I hope we got a filter dog, because I'm not drinking that water.
Get you a Brita. I'm letting it run.
That's a good one.
Ooh.
You must be cuckoo.
There it is. There's Chemic.
Shout out Chemic.
Bars.
Shout out Chemic.
Bars.
I hope that your water's clear.
I'm a fan. I'm officially a fan now. I didn't know who she was before. But I'm sorry that I didn't know who she was, because she's really good.
She's great. She's 29. I'm surprised. She's got like, I don't know. I'm 22, so I don't really know how to judge people based on their age, but she's fucking fantastic. I just feel like I'm so young, and anyone that's older than me is really old.
Yeah, you're an old soul though.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I was asking you about that McDonald's special before we started recording, and
dude, I ain't never got no fucking VHS tape in my fucking.
Yeah, sound off in the comments.
Dude, I'm surprised you know what VHS tapes are.
Dude, I've watched Scooby Doo, bro. I know what the fuck a VHS.
They still had VHS tapes in '98. I don't think.
Yeah, '98. He was a baby.
Yeah, but like you were watching them probably. Like they didn't just start putting Sesame Street out on
Yes.
DVD. You know.
That's true.
Maybe
When did DVDs start? Like 2000, 2001?
No, they were around I think for a while, but like they weren't. Let's find out. Actually, I can just. I'll
But
use
when
the
did like
Google
it become
internet.
normal? When did everyone switch to DVDs? It was like 02,
So
01, 02.
the first PlayStation came out around
Yeah, that
fucking 1998, and that just kind
Yeah.
of put CDs and DVDs in like holy shit, like
Mhm.
this is so much more effective than a fucking tape.
Yeah. For real. Dude, remember cassette tapes?
Okay, dude. I don't. This is like when I first Google when were DVDs household popular. Some DVD sales president says there were more than twice the VCRs. Wait, hold on. It was more than twice what VCRs were during 95 to 97, 75 to 1977, and more than 12 times those of CD players when they hit the market in 83. So I think, oh shoot, I might have read that wrong. So I don't know. Hold on. There's a DVD timeline right here.
DVD timeline. Get the fucking DVD phase 4.
86.
Dog. When did DVDs
Dog,
become?
dog.
86.
No, like everyone was watching VHS until like
I mean the
2002.
subjective, like when did you feel like they became popular? Like,
Dude,
cause I
nobody was watching fucking Marty McFly and the fucking.
Nobody
Doc
was
Brown
watching DVDs in
fucking-
in the
like
80s.
rich people. Yeah. Well, you guys can Google as well.
Dude, nobody was putting their fucking floppy disk in their fucking Macintosh.
2001 or 2002 is when everybody switched to
It
DVDs.
says 97 on this other time.
False.
Maybe.
Okay, on March 31st, 97, digital video disc video players were first released for sale in the United States.
First released.
Rather than marketing the end. Wait, I'm on the same website. It says, believing that movies stored on a 5-inch CD-like format and priced under $20 would entice customers to buy and rent them. Warner Home video topper Warren Lieberfarb urges Japanese consumer electronic makers to develop such an optical disc technology. My apologies. They started developing it in '86.
Blockbuster.
That's a pretty quick turnaround.
Shout out Blockbuster.
Shout out the last Blockbuster in Oregon.
Dude, I miss Blockbuster.
Dude, is that the one? Is that the one that's an Airbnb?
Is it?
There's one. I think that one's in Utah. Actually, they turned an old Blockbuster into an Airbnb.
No. There's one functional Blockbuster left. It's in Bend, Oregon.
Oh yeah, and they're trying to like petition to save it or something. But
Yeah.
what's the point? I mean, they can't be doing any business. Who the hell's going there and buying movies? Who does that?
I don't know.
People who get weird shit that want to pay in cash, probably.
They've kind of become like a Newberry Comics, Bull Moose sort of situation where they're just like selling DVDs and CDs and
Yeah.
merch and shit like that.
Wait, the one Blockbuster you mean?
The one Blockbuster left in Oregon, yeah.
Yeah, they would have to sell stuff. I mean,
They
no
would have
one's
to, yeah.
renting.
You can't sell DVDs.
Dude, do you remember when you'd like get a DVD and it was all scratched up? Do you remember that? Like,
Yeah, and it wouldn't work.
It was so annoying. Yeah, you go.
That was the most disappointing thing when you get a movie that you really wanted to watch, and then you get home and it doesn't fucking
Yeah,
work.
it's all skipped and stuff.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, come on, guys.
Yeah.
They had a thing at the store I remember seeing where they would polish your disc up. Like you bring it in, like, hey, this game's like skipping or this movie's skipping. They would had this like it was, I don't know what it was, but it was like a sponge.
At Blockbuster?
Yeah, it was like a sponge, and he rubbed like some cream on it, and then he puts the disc in, and it spins over this sponge, and it like it's supposed to like fill in the cracks or polish it up or something. And then I tried. They did it for me one time, like for a GameCube game, and it worked like a little bit, but then like my game froze at like a later point, and I was just like, "Yeah, this shit sucks."
Have
They
you ever
totally-
tried rubbing toothpaste on a CD?
That's, I think, basically what they were doing. I don't know what.
So
they
that
did.
works. I've fixed a game like that before.
Dude, I mean, maybe I'm not a scientist like
Maybe
you.
I'm not a scientist.
Maybe.
My bio says I'm a scientist, so I'm trying really hard to stay one. I lost my card just
But
now.
yeah, I fixed my 2K game once by just like rubbing toothpaste on the back of it, and
Wait,
it
I
fills in the
once
cracks.
licked the back of a
What year
game and
2K
it
was it?
worked.
2K12.
Okay, good. That's before they started to suck.
Yeah, I still only play like old ones. Mostly just because I haven't.
In a while.
Yeah, 2K is great.
Don't. It's a gambling machine though.
But yeah, the last few years, I feel like they like barely change the game every year. It's like
no. It's because they're making all their money on card packs.
Yeah. What's
I
that?
mean,
What do you mean?
So like, there's these systems in place of sports games where like Ultimate Team and Madden,
Yeah.
where it's like you buy card packs. It's like going to the store and buying a card pack. They're like fucking loot boxes in Call of Duty.
Yeah.
It's like you're opening a card pack and getting a random amount of cards, and like that is so fucking profitable for game industries that you could literally sell 2K for free and they'd still make $4 billion just off of card packs in the game.
That's wild.
Man.
I didn't know that.
And it's just come to the point where sports games like in Madden 21, you can still find the Madden 18 logo on some things that they forgot to change.
Yeah.
And
It's gotten that bad.
It's just gotten to the point where they just only fucking care about the card packs.
Yeah. Damn, I didn't know that's what it was. I had no idea. But I did notice that those games don't even change at all anymore. It's the exact same game from year to year, except the rosters change. But, oh well.
Yeah.
Owen, where are your notes? You got any more notes?
That was my last important note.
Fuck.
Damn.
But I feel like I did have other good things to ask you. Damn it.
Justin Clancy.
Yeah, shout out Justin Clancy.
Big shout out.
Shout out C4.
Shout out C4.
Yeah.
Who else? Who are your favorite local artists right now? Who's doing it? Who's having the biggest 2020?
Shout out Cynical.
Shout out Cynical.
Shout out Brandy Blaze.
Brandy Blaze.
Shout out I'm blanking. Shout out Boston Big Four.
Yeah, they got bars.
We
They got
appreciate it
bars.
that you put
got
us on your
bars.
thank you.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome.
No, there are just people that like have always kept it real and just I don't know. You guys are one of them.
Appreciate that, dog.
Yeah,
That was awesome. When
real.
the fact that you put together that whole list, that was pretty cool because that's important. You gotta show respect to the people who are helping you in any way, pretty much.
Yeah. No, you guys are a huge fucking help.
Yeah,
Hey, man.
So are you. We love having artists on. I mean, we couldn't even do it if.
Yeah, you were one of our first. You were our first guest on video, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, you were. Yep.
Damn.
First video guest.
Yeah, our
And
first
there were
video guest.
technical
And then I
difficulties.
fucking left halfway through like a fucking dingus.
No, dude,
Hey, but
you're good.
the fact that you even showed up when you had to go first, you had to go north. You live in Boston, so you had to go north up to New Hampshire, but you came down to the South Shore first, and then went all the way up to New Hampshire. Like
Dedicated.
that's dedication.
That's been my life. Like I played 20 shows in February. You know, it's
Damn.
just shit like that where I'll fucking go anywhere. That's
20
why
shows in February.
I played 60 shows in the last 6 months of 2019, and I've
Jesus, dude.
and even through Corona this year, I've already done 60 shows.
Jesus.
It's just like a commitment to being creative and doing shit. It's
Are
also
you
why
addicted to shows?
addicted.
We're here because we love you.
Yeah.
You need to do like.
I think you got to go to rehab for
just
shows,
like one or
dude.
two shows
But,
on
like-
a weekend, but like all these shows during the
Yeah,
week.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
a lot of
no,
shows.
If quarantine didn't happen, I would have fucking keeled over and died. It's just like how much shit I was doing.
Did you? So you were feeling like
I was
guess
feeling-
worn out by that.
I was feeling extremely fatigued. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, people can't tour forever, and a lot of artists will say that, like that it's really exhausting, and by the end, it is really kind of a godsend.
I just like meeting people, you know.
Mm.
I just like meeting fans and linking up with people, and I mean, there's no better way to connect with and get new fans than meeting them and playing a show, and them
Mhm.
and them walking up to you and be like, "Yo, that shit's awesome." The thing you said about Kakashi, that was tight.
Yeah, bro.
That would
totally
be
ill.
Owen in the crowd.
Yeah, it was totally ill.
Bring out the Palmer squares.
Owen with his Naruto headband on.
Yeah, dude. I'm currently fashioning a Naruto headband of my own.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's coming. It's coming. It's on its way.
It's coming.
What are your thoughts on battle rap?
I think I'd be very good at it, but
I think you would be.
I haven't done it yet. I just don't want to fit into a pocket. And I feel like I've done 5 grind mode ciphers in the last year, and I feel like some people are like, "Oh shit, it's a grind mode cipher guy," and that's like not what I am.
Yeah.
But like there are people who do the grind mode cipher stuff who don't do anything else that's not a grind mode cipher.
Huh.
Like,
Those are the grind mode cipher guys.
Those are the
Yeah.
like there are people that go to every single grind mode cipher, don't play shows, don't make music, just spit a 16 and go home. And I feel like a
Interesting.
lot of battle rap is like that, where like I can like somebody's battle rap, but they don't necessarily make good music.
I feel like the majority of really good battle rappers don't make good music, honestly.
Yeah, yeah,
But I mean, a lot of them don't try to.
yeah.
They just stick to the battle rap lane. Like that's their thing.
I know people.
It's
who
tough to
just-
do both.
I know people who just fucking spit outside the corner store, and it's like they'll wrap circles around me all fucking day, but you try to get them in the studio to have them record a song, and they just can't put it together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think people get like a certain stress when they're like, "Hey, could you put a coherent thought to any of that?" And they're just like, "You mean it
Oh,
can't just
shit.
rhyme?" Like, you're like, yeah. Can you maybe just like say something? Anything? You could say anything, just really quick. And they just
I think
freak out.
I think the battle rap thing for me is up in the air. It could go either way.
Okay.
I'd like to try it out though.
Yeah, I could see you. I could see you battle rapping. Taking some heads off.
I'd be so mean. I'd feel so bad afterwards.
It gets pretty heated. Owen and I were watching some battles the other
Yeah, we
day.
just watched when they were like, "You trying to scrap?" At the end, they were.
Yeah, they
ready.
they had to be separated. Yeah.
Yeah, they were ready, dude. Part of me feels like it was an act, but also it was real. One
I don't
of
know.
them
Some of the
almost
shit they say to
died.
each other, and like you would want to fight the person, you know, with
Yeah.
like
Well,
the
they
level of
do.
shit that they say to each other sometimes.
Some of
gets
them really
very-
do find out personal shit,
Mm-hmm.
You got to do your research.
Yeah.
dude. Like, imagine too, like, there's somebody snitching to get that personal shit out. So, like, who that
You
you
went to
know.
Cranbrook. That's a private
We were
school.
joking about that right before we watched the battles, dude. That's honestly, dude. Also,
Clarence lives at home with both parents, and
I-
Clarence's parents have a real good
Dude.
marriage.
Dude, I imagine Anthony Mackie is still fucking embarrassed when he fucking watches that movie. He's like, he got me
I
good.
forgot that was him.
He felt that in the fucking soul.
Well, now he's Captain America, right? Unless
Captain Falcon or whatever.
no, he's
Captain
Captain
Puerto Rico with Antonio Starch.
Si, senor. I will say this though about battle rapping. I love how it just is all about the crowd. It does not really like your bars could totally suck, but if you have the crowd in your favor, it's a game changer. And it honestly, even the whack bars sound better when like Jack, when we watching a battle when like this dude he comes out, he's the second verse, so like the first guy like served him and then he comes back and he said like 2 things and the whole crowd was like, "Whoa!" Like I don't
Yeah.
even think he said anything. Like
I don't even think he rhymed. I don't
Yeah,
even think he rhymed.
he was just like the favorite in the battle. So
His he just has like a solid group of friends who really like him.
it was
Like that's pretty
literally
much
like
what
the
it comes
Super Hot
down to.
Fire video, like when they're
It pretty
just-
much comes down to like if you have a real big solid group of friends who really like you, then you're gonna win a rap battle because they're gonna hype you up.
I also
True.
feel like unless you go up first and you like royally, unless you go up last and you royally fuck up, you're kind of like most likely to win just because you're the
Yeah.
last voice the people heard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
like
don't
the
know.
energy's
I don't know
on
if that
your
makes
side.
sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because if you got the crowd still screaming and the guy's like, okay, who wins? And you know, probably gonna pick the guy who just went up.
Exactly. I
True.
totally agree with that.
True. What else we got?
Dog, I think. Damn, hold on. Don't let me get
Yo,
stale out here.
Listen.
Yo,
Owen,
it's
all
getting
you
real
need to
stale.
know-
Yo, this dead air, bro. We can't have it.
Cut it
Owen,
all
listen to me, bro.
Cut it
Listen
all
to me.
out.
Owen Steele, if I may call you by your
Oh, God, I just got
maiden
spoiled.
name.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm sure we've said it before.
Listen, buddy, Owen Fredrickson Steele. Listen.
That is his middle
That'll
name.
throw him off. That'll throw him off the trail. Right.
Social
onto
security
mine.
number on 1, 2, 3. Ready? Okay.
You know it. I know you know.
All you need to know is I'm dropping an album this Sunday called The Eighth Letter. Okay. Not
15
the seventh,
tracks.
not the ninth. Okay. Eighth. Letter H, my man. 15 tracks, not 14, not 16.
Coming out on the 15th, and it's
on
15
the 15th,
tracks.
on the Lord's Day. Okay.
Yes.
Sunday. So right if you get out of church,
Yep.
your headphones on in the back of your mom's minivan, listen to some fucking explicit hip hop, and then get mad
Or
at her.
you can, suggest it to the priest before church and say, hey, maybe we can listen to this.
Okay,
today.
I've heard Lord, I lift your name on high a few too many times. Let's play this.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's play like that.
So everybody hit up your local priest, tell him to bump some Hero at church.
Yes.
Tell him that Hero the MC is for the kids.
Yes.
That
They'll
he's
believe it.
that he's a Christian rapper and he's done nothing wrong.
Your name's Hero.
Exactly.
Heroes are good for kids. So that's what we're gonna do. We'll
But
be
yeah,
like, oh yeah,
11:15.
they talk about like Naruto and all that.
Shout out Naruto.
Shout out
Big
Naruto.
shout out.
Shout out Wise Uzumaki.
Shout out the 8th letter.
There are certain people in Naruto that I can't remember their names, so I just kind of like define them by what they look like.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
dude,
say
yeah,
I'm
the
gonna
names are
I'm gonna
hard.
say I'm gonna say some characteristics and you just say the names, okay?
Okay, it's fresh in my mind. Yeah.
Okay. Speedy fast guy.
Oh, Rock Lee.
Okay.
Bushy
the
brow,
guy-
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The guy with the bugs.
Shino.
Okay, Sakura, but she's kind of hotter.
Eno, yeah. Dude.
Yeah!
She is hotter. Why is that true? Why is that true? It's a cartoon. Damn
Yeah,
it.
I was going to say, are we talking about cartoons here, you fucking weirdos?
Dude, they do it. They figure it out. I don't know. Like you can see who's not as attractive.
Oh, man.
The fat guy.
Oh, Choji.
Okay, yeah, that name really suits him.
Yeah.
That's definitely a
Choji.
fat guy name.
This character's always eating a bag of chips all the time.
Dude,
Literally every scene he's in.
are you talking about me?
You're Choji? You're not as fat as Choji. You're not fat. Choji's fat.
I like chips, though, dude.
Yeah, me too.
Is there a guy with like a vacuum?
Oh,
Is that a thing? Or am I
Dude.
getting? I might be thinking of the bee guy,
no, the vacuum honestly sounds so familiar.
the vacuum guy. Dude, imagine you're fucking like battling somebody like martial arts, and he just whips out a fucking vacuum.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Does it make sense that it can suck up anything living?
Sure.
No, dude, I'm thinking of a different show.
Kirby? Oh
No,
no!
have you
No!
ever watched
no,
Hunter
no, no,
Hunter?
No, suck up anything. He's a Dragon Ball Z guy.
Bro, Boo?
Yeah, sure.
Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah, I don't know. I watched one episode of Dragon Ball Z, and I don't think it was the right one because it was all funny with other people's voices.
Oh, you probably watched the abridged version, which are hilarious too. But they tell you it's the real story. They don't like change it, which is really interesting.
Vacuum guy, vacuum guy Naruto.
Yeah, dude. I'm just
That
wait.
might not be a real thing.
There is a show I just watched. Are you sure you haven't watched Hunter x Hunter?
No, I don't watch it. I watched Initial D. That's the only anime I've actually like.
There is a
Watched.
character. Let me just. Okay, this girl from this show, Hunter x Hunter. This is like fan art of her.
Okay.
That it's a vacuum that can eat anything that's alive.
Okay.
So like it couldn't eat like objects that you throw at it, but like it can eat a person or like an animal or anything. Like, or maybe I have it backwards. It can't eat things that are alive or something. I don't know.
Why's it got a tongue though?
It's like some like monster that she
sexual thing?
wields. It's interesting. So when you said that, I was like maybe because they're actually very similar shows. Don't mean to go on a Naruto tangent, but I wanted to hammer that out before we had our viewers like, come on guys, you know that's Hunter x Hunter and not Naruto, because our fans know that for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
They're gonna get us in the comments.
Big Naruto fans.
Dude, oh wow, we're gonna have to cut that out.
What? Yeah, I don't even know how to
Naruto.
pronounce this shit. I don't.
No, real talk though. Eighth letter. Hero of
Eighth
the
letter.
MC.
11:15. 15 tracks, 15 of the greatest tracks you've ever
And
heard.
9 of those tracks have different producers, right? Or not? 9 of those tracks were not produced by you.
Yes.
Interesting.
So I did about a third. I did over a third of this project.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Will you eventually do the whole project,
Um,
or do you still like
I
other
don't know.
people?
I feel like the best thing about this project is that every track sounds different.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you guys heard Mission Hill, that might have been one of its biggest weaknesses. I've learned that through making music that everything needs to be consistent but also varied. That's how I book shows too. I pick a varied, consistent but talented lineup. And I feel like everything needs to be consistent, varied, but it needs to be good. If I can make 15 tracks and have every track stand on its own, I've done a good fucking job.
Absolutely.
It's the same 90s boom bap formula. It's just we're updating it. Every song, every album, it's just getting updated.
Hero's always got that fire boom bap.
Yeah. Can we expect more interesting samples like in the future?
Honestly,
like,
who's
creator ones?
doing boom bap better than Hero right now?
Definitely nobody.
I can't name anyone. Not in New England. Nobody's really doing the boom bap.
I was gonna say we did touch upon that a little bit. Like, there's the style's pretty much like trap or like sing-songy,
Yeah.
Drake stuff. Like
Nobody's really doing the boom bap. You kind of got that on lock right now.
To give the credit where credit's due, Mr. Liff did just drop a fantastic old school project a couple days ago.
Shout out Mr. Liff.
A couple days ago he did?
Yeah, with the producer named Vanguard. It's very
Oh, dude, I'm late. Got to add it to the playlist.
I was so surprised to see Mr. Liff on the new music section of Apple Music. It was just like, it was so crazy to see.
What?
Yeah.
Why have I not heard about this album?
I forget what it's called, but it might be called Vanguard, but it's Mr. Liff and somebody else. But it's a good ass fucking project.
Damn.
But as far as anybody else who's doing boom bap, like, I don't know. Cynical's pretty good. Edo G's a fucking legend. Acrobatics a fucking legend. I feel like I'm just kind of the youngest new torch wielder. You know, I'm carrying it. I'm keeping it moving, and I'm making sure that while boom bap is never gonna expire or die, it's just it's a timeless type of music, and it's important that somebody at least represents it. You know.
Yeah, because a lot of what's in the top 10 stuff like does not really represent what is eternally quality music, and usually people forget those genres because whatever's in the top 10 is something different, and usually it's so different that people aren't willing to look back at some music that still is very quality, and not back as in it's like old, but I mean just that style of music production is not dead for sure. And I think it would be better, I think, of the music industry to allow more of that in, like, because I don't know how those numbers get determined, like billboards and everything, but it always does seem to be pretty uniform how those get figured out. But
yeah, it's a lot of money involved.
It's just like new generations discovering new things. So the first podcast I was on was in August, and I did the Tempa Zone with Amir Max. Right? I don't know if you guys know him, but he's a fucking great
I've definitely heard of him.
And he said something that I still think about to this day, where the music you listen to from the age 12 to like 22 is pretty much going to be the music that you're going to listen to for the rest of your life. Like the same people, the same style, the same artists. Even if Nas drops an album in 2020, I'm going to listen to it, even if I was a big fan of Nas in 1994.
Right.
It's just new generations listening to new music, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And you'll always have people like me who love the fucking boom bap shit, but most of new music listeners are listening to newer music.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I mean, you're right. I think there's definitely still an appreciation for boom bap and for 90s hip hop, a huge appreciation for it. And a huge market for it, I think, still. And it could make a comeback. Who the hell knows? History repeats itself sometimes.
It's
absolutely.
It's timeless. And to see people like Griselda blow up based
off
of,
well, there you go.
Up based
but
off
they
of
got like the
boom bap.
Yeah.
Hello, Father. My black cat got outside. Well, bring my black cat in here. Don't refer to him by color.
Uh-oh.
He's a good boy. He's done nothing wrong his whole life. Shoo, away with you. It's my father.
That's an understanding
He refers
father.
to my cat as a color, and I don't appreciate it. He's Jewish.
Yeah, that's racist.
My cat's Jewish, and he's a good boy.
That's
Like, he goes by tribe, not by color.
My
That
cat's
makes
been
sense.
upstairs annoying him, apparently.
Mm.
Even though he just wants
he's like,
love.
come get your boy, dog.
Yeah, come get your boy. Dude, there's a black cat that wanders my neighborhood, and he's super friendly. I'll just go.
Yeah.
He'll run up, and he's just like, "Mwah," when he like goes for a pet, and you're like, I'm gonna pet you. I'm allergic to cats, so I gotta take a shower after.
My cat's so weird. It's like if you like cough, he'll run away, and you won't see him for like an hour.
He's just like, why would you do that?
He's such a sensitive little boy, and I just love him so much.
Dude, silly kitties.
Shout out cats.
How do you have 2 cats? You just posted something with 2 cats.
Yeah.
right?
I did see that.
I got a cat named Elam, which is Guru's last name.
Mm.
Okay.
He's my black cat. He's Jewish.
I thought that was male spelled backwards first. Like when I saw that, actually,
Ooh.
I was like, "Is this like a boy cat?" And you were just like,
It
I don't know
is
what to
male
call him.
spelled backwards. See, we're
Yeah.
putting together the references.
Yeah, dude, you did that on purpose.
And I got another cat named Jellybean, and she's a good girl. She's kind of the boss.
Hmm.
She's the boss.
And that is the black one. I mean, the one of a different color.
The one of different colors. My cat's a little submissive bitch, so he just does whatever she says.
Oh, interesting.
But he's a good boy.
That's why it's backwards male.
Yep. No, he just does like he's such a weird, just like he's a weird fucking cat. He lived with a dog, but well, he's 2 years old, and I got him when he just turned. He's like 2.5, and I got him when he just turned 2.
Hmm.
So he lived with a dog most of his life, so he just doesn't fucking know how to be a cat.
Oh, that's interesting.
Do you guys think cats think they're gonna grow up to be us?
Yeah, maybe.
You think,
dude,
and
they're
then they
just, like,
die too
planning on
soon?
it.
Maybe. I never
And that's
thought
why
about
they
that.
that's why they're good at rationing their own food, because they know they're like, you know what? If I end up growing to be like that, I'm gonna do it slow. Like I don't want to eat all this food and get big fast. Because can't you do that?
Dude, I've
Can't you
never
just, like,
thought
leave
about
a cat
that.
with a big pile of food and they don't eat it all.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dogs will die. They'll literally kill themselves eating too much food.
Some dogs. Some dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It depends. But
Yeah. Jellybean likes to be fed like twice a day, and she just eats everything. And then my other cat, Elam, just likes to just graze. So I just leave a bowl out for him.
Hmm,
But then the other cat eats his food, and then she gets all fat and throws up everywhere.
that bitch.
So it's a
Do they
cycle.
have it's like wet and dry separate, or are they both dry?
She prefers wet, but she'll eat dry, and he doesn't like wet, but he only likes dry.
Ugh, man, so picky. This is why I don't know. This is why I don't do cats. This is why I'm allergic.
I'm allergic too. I just pop a Zyrtec every day.
Dude, I could not do that.
I just love him so much.
Oh my god, man.
He's a
Damn.
good boy. He's done nothing wrong his whole life. That's what you need to
I
understand.
trust you, yeah, I trust
Nothing
you.
wrong.
dude, I don't know. It sounds like he's being a bad boy upstairs right now.
He
He's
doesn't
bad.
meow. He just like makes like turkey noises.
Oh, dude, turkey noises are the worst.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want that.
They're all just like, I'm like, get out of here. I don't want to
Fuck
be
outta
woken up
here.
at 7
Get
a.m.
outta
from
here.
turkeys yelling at each other.
Yeah.
They're only yelling at each other. It's not even like they're doing anything. But yeah.
They're trying to figure out how to make it through another Thanksgiving.
Do your cats have any influence in the music? Do they ever end up getting mentioned in songs?
Do they ever help you make music? Have they produced any of your tracks?
Like DJ Khaled's Baby?
Sometimes my cat will step on the MIDI keyboard, and I'll just let him do whatever the fuck.
Like,
he
that's
wants.
hot.
Hey,
Keeping
And I'll-
that in.
yeah,
and
we're
I'll-
keeping
and
all
I'll-
that.
And I'll chop it up. Actually, the song "Banished," the whole loop is the sound it makes when you plug in an amplifier.
Oh,
And
really?
my cat was fucking with it, and I was recording something. He like pulled the fucking thing, but it wasn't out all the way, so it was making that like amplifier noise. And I
Oh,
just
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
I just kind of pitched it and skewed it, and that's how he got banished.
All right, so that song was co-produced by your cat.
Co-produced by
Is-
my cat.
Is he going to be in the credits?
He is an executive producer.
Okay, good. Well deserved.
Dude, that would be so funny. You'll be like one of those people who, like, in your estate, there's just like $1 million of royalties left to this cat. And they're like, why is this cat rich off of this song? Like, how did he produce on this song? That would be
He
great.
just
dude.
did.
Yeah, I mean, that would be a hilarious thing you put in your video, Will. Please don't die before this cat, though. Oh my God, what am I saying?
Dude,
Yes.
I gotta make my cat sign a prenup before he fucking steals all my money.
Because then, yeah, you'll get all his money, which is a good call. Or actually, no, neither of you will get anything. You'll just part ways amicably. Is that even possible?
I don't know, man. Jeff Bezos' wife is now worth $4 billion.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But I mean, what's honestly the difference between $1 billion and $4 billion?
None.
Like,
Nothing.
$3 billion.
in lifestyle, though,
It's-
you're not nothing. I bet they don't even realize that there's $1 billion less dollars in the bank if you take it out, you know?
Yeah. Like,
I
where'd
mean-
that billion go?
Like, oh yeah, wasn't that 5
I wanted to
billion
buy something
yesterday?
that was $1 billion today. Where'd that go?
Tax billionaires, yeah. Just tax them big.
Yeah. Eat the rich.
Ate the rich and I'm still poor. The game is rigged. That's a Palmer Squares line.
The
Of course it
problem
is.
the problem is that people are getting taxed income wise based on their income. So the more people who make more money income get taxed, higher.
And then they fake it so they don't have to.
And then they don't pay their taxes.
But Jeff Bezos isn't making anything off of his income. Everything's just like his fucking business. He's not getting money through his paychecks, and that's why he's able to avoid fucking getting taxed.
That motherfucker. Yeah,
That's
man.
how they do it, though.
Yeah, fuck Jeff Bezos.
What do we do about this?
It's like if you get paid under the table, like it's not taxed.
Yeah, and then they put you in jail for trying to make a couple extra bucks. Meanwhile, Daddy Bezos is out here ducking every day, and I'm still giving him money. I just bought something from Amazon this morning. No, I'm just kidding. Not this morning, but this week. I definitely did. I'm
Dog.
on Amazon's teat. I love it. I don't mind it.
Dude,
so
remember
much.
when Amazon was just for books?
Yes, dude. Yeah, like textbooks. I remember like family.
Yeah.
That's like where we'd buy books for school.
That was the only
I
thing
didn't
they
even
sold.
Think about that. Yeah, that's
It
cool.
started as an online bookstore. Like not even that long ago, like 20 years ago, 15 years ago maybe.
Yeah, I remember in college finally coming to the realization that like it was an alternative to eBay. Like
It
and that was-
became that, but at first it
Yeah.
was just books. I still use eBay. I bought a Nomar Garcia Parra jersey on eBay recently.
Mm.
Little throwback. Shout out Nomar.
I know it's a real place, but eBay sketches me out still sometimes. Like you might get a box with an X on it instead of an Xbox. You remember like that famous lawsuit like way back?
No,
It was like
I don't remember that.
someone bought like what they thought was going to be a Microsoft like Xbox,
But it was a box with an X on it.
They just like a cardboard box inside of a cardboard box, and that one had like I don't know if maybe it like was
Hey,
made
man.
to look like an Xbox, but yeah, it was definitely.
You asked
just,
for an Xbox, you got an Xbox.
dog. Fairness.
But yeah, I
Wow.
got a Nomar Garcia Parra jersey shipped from California, and it's beautiful.
Chew.
But we should wrap this thing up.
I was just about to say, let's not keep you all night. We hit all the hot topics.
We did.
Unless
Shout
there's
out Hot
anything-
Topic.
I did not hear you speak just then. Did something come unplugged? Sorry, I just want to make sure we got you.
Yeah, you're not making any noise. No.
We don't have you.
You're-
Shit.
Hello.
You probably
Alright, there you
unplugged
are.
because you were like annoyed by us. That's we're just out here
I
talking
mean-
about random stuff. But yeah, we'll let you go. We will we'll wrap this up. We got Hero the MC, newly branded Hero the MC on all platforms.
Yes, sir.
Cool. We'll roll that.
EMCE, not just the letters MC.
I'll spell
Mhm.
it for him. Everyone will got this. I've been doing a new thing with the editing, so you'll see it
Okay.
on screen. It's probably there
There you
right
go.
now.
It's probably
but
there
yeah.
right now. Can I point to it? Where is it? Which
It'll be directly to your right. Yes, right there.
right
Oh,
there. That's
Right
how you
there.
spell it right there.
Right there.
Oh, dude, this is unbelievable. Well, thank you. Shout out Hero the Emcee. Shout out Eighth Letter.
8th letter,
The 8th letter.
11:15.
It's unreal that it's coming out. I'm so fucking excited.
Yeah, man. That's 15 songs. It's a lot of work, a lot of hard work.
Yeah,
It's gotta feel good to get that out, get that weight off your shoulders.
You may have to wait a day if you hear this episode, depending on when we release it. So, peep it.
Peep it. Peep it.
And that has been episode 76 of
That is
Boston's
it.
Big Podcast.
Thank you for joining us.
Drive safely.
Drive safely. Whap, whap.